crunch. Morning, everybody. No, like me still coming up the stairs, balancing an egg. None of that. I'm just here. I'm ready. I'm ready to begin. And
good job.
I am ready to try something new. Well, I mean new. I don't know if it's new. It's new to me. Have you ever heard of this?
Pop-Tarts. Have you ever heard of them?
No. It's the type. It's the type of Pop-Tart. This is a Pop-Tart called Chocolatey Churro. And the illustration on the box is a churro being dunked into chocolate. I had never heard of it. I have not tried it. It looks a little like brown sugar cinnamon from the top, but it's got these little
sugar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On top. Okay, so let's try it. It smells really good. It smells very much like strong cinnamon.
Oh, that's mine.
I have an opinion. I want you to get the full mouthfeel before I say my words.
Okay, go ahead, say your words.
It tastes good. It doesn't have a bad taste, but the taste is not powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very underwhelming Pop-Tart.
Mm-hmm.
It smells better than it tastes, or smells stronger than it tastes.
Kind of bland.
Yeah. It smells, and it doesn't taste bad, but like, I wish the flavor was like more powerful or something. Does that make sense? Like if you bite into a strawberry Pop-Tart, I mean it's strong. Like, you taste it. This is kind of mild. You know what I mean? Maybe my opinion will change by the end. I don't know. And again, not bad. Just I wish it was boom boom.
Chocolate cinnamon.
And it's just kind of boom. I wanted the 2 punches. Anyway, how was everybody this morning? You wanted to punch your mouth? Yes. I mean, it does, but it only does it once. I wanted to do a 2-punch. You know, you walk into the Applebee's and you say 2 punches. And they go, boom.
What's not fully on the table? Oh, my yogurt. This side is like, this is where all the weight is.
They're not evenly distributed. So. That being said, having a sweet in the morning is like, that's why you have coffee. It's great. The back and forth there, I like that. Gotta get a side of punches at the Outback Steakhouse. Well, yes. Lowers your bill each time. It's a deal. I'm gonna read some alerts. We'll just start with alerts, and then go from there. We get 20 months from Isashi09. Thank you. 25 months from Countermaster. 22 months from Kaze. 10 months from Layla 3. 13 from TM May. Morning, grandparents. Fun fact: triskaidekaphobia is the fear of the number 13. I've heard of that one. Also, collectively, a lot of the hotels in the U.S. have that phobia. because they don't have floor 13. But again, if you're staying on the 14th floor, you know where you really are. 17 months from Somber Mate. Got a whole year from DC Racer. Says, yay, a year. Now time to go take a Continuum Mechanics material and have a drink or 3 tonight. Good luck. Good luck. We heard about the word salad on Tuesday. And I was blown away by those words coexisting in the same sentence. Ziasarn says, alerts this early, whoa! Yeah. I'm full of surprises. And the surprises today are that the alerts are gonna come early. I need all of the time I can to focus on whatever the tangent will be. They know I'm right. They know. We had Vegetable Sorbet giving 3 subs to Get the Reference, Nat Scorpina 18, and Sammy 5018. Vegetable Sorbet, thank you. I appreciate it. 3 months from Chris 232. 3 months. Wow. Got that plus. 100 bits from Sad Boy Ghost 01, which is a username I love. 9 months from Just NTV. Twitch baby time. I shall name him Baloo because, you know, bare necessities. Oh man, I haven't seen that in so long, and we've arrived at our first tangent. When I was a kid, I watched The Jungle Book a lot. I watched 101 Dalmatians more, but I watched The Jungle Book a lot more. No, wait, I watched it less. But I still watched it a lot. I couldn't tell you anything else about that film. Literally no other songs, and I don't know the plot. I know there is a panther. So I don't remember my childhood, but I knew that it happened. Have you seen The Jungle Book? Like the animated one?
A very long time ago. I did not have it on VHS, so I did not see it as much as Dalmatians or Aristocats or Thomasina or Bambi. I loved Bambi when I was super
I'm sorry,
little.
what was the one you mentioned?
Thomasina? It wasn't... It was
I've never heard of that.
Live action.
I've never heard of that. And there's no other information. Okay, well...
Thumbelina, too.
Thomasina sounds like John Cena's brother.
Thumbelina
like a
was...
more subdued...
Thumbelina was Don Bluth, though.
Huh.
It was The 3 Lives of Thomasina.
Show me.
It was obviously about a cat. And it had the girl from Mary Poppins in it.
I've never heard of this. Okay. Never heard of this. It's a movie about a... It looks old.
It is.
It's like an old film. Well, that's neat. That's neat. That's not what I watched. I'm trying to think of like what live action things oh, Home Alone 2. Yeah. I watched 101 Dalmatians. And I also had, I had The Jungle Book. I had Fox and the Hound. I remember those. And then I had Home Alone 2. The movie I watched the most... Oh, yeah, no, Ace Ventura. So the movie I watched the most of was, like, Home Alone 2. And then when I was just a tiny bit older, it was...
Jolson Thomasina was 63.
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Yeah, that's old. That's a bit old. Anyway, 19 months from FuzzyPickle95, who says, good morning, grandparents. Hope you have a lovely day ahead of you. I think I do. I guess you never really know. But I think I do. Oh, Demon Clown. I think I do. Because yesterday, I got a good bit of stuff done. I was happy. Just because some of the vlogs are difficult. Just gonna keep working on that today. Trying to get caught up. I took care of a bunch of Stephen Plays stuff, and now I'm like, all right, that's set for a while. I need to come back over here and continue to work on stuff. We got 7 months from Ziasarn, thank you. 10 months from Frorwolf, who says, oops, I stayed up so long that breakfast stream started. Cheers to everyone who stayed up too long. I know you're here. It's fine. No judgment. We'll just be how you wind down. Adrian says, congrats on pulling a Jules. It's a good way of putting it. Jules, who I don't think is here this morning. Which, you know, is good. He's probably asleep, so that's nice. We got, Paul says, doesn't that just make it second dinner stream? Late night snack stream. People watching with, what do we normally have for a snack?
Fruit.
Fruit. We do.
Cheese.
Yeah, just a little tiny thing before bed. Cheese stream. Anyway, 17 months from Elio Lugaru. Appreciate it. 300 bits from Ziasarn. Says, good morning, everyone. We had special dinner yesterday featuring local foods from Montana as our special dinner last night, and it was such a blast. From Wagyu... How do you pronounce that? Wagyu?
Wagyu.
Wagyu burgers, lamb chops, and a lot of huckleberry Italian sodas I had to make.
That sounds really good.
If I had a Wagyu burger...
You said it wrong again.
Did I say it again? Wagyu.
Yes.
Wagyu.
We
We had the special beef.
Kobe beef.
Kobe beef.
It was a small. It was so tiny.
Yeah, well, it's expensive.
Oh, yes.
It's remarkably expensive. Although
It was the best part of that dinner.
Although worth it. It's one of those strange things, because you know the spectrum of like, or it's a graph. How does it work? Where you pay money for things and it's worth it up to a point, and then like it doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah.
Kobe beef was the one thing where I was like, actually no, that makes sense. Totally understand it. Literally like eating beef butter. Diminishing, yeah, yeah. Those are the words I should have used. Paul's got me. Diminishing returns, which applies to food and computers and cameras, cars, like all this stuff. Kobe beef was different. That was like, nope, I completely understand why someone would pay remarkable amounts of money for a dinner of this. Yeah, yeah. The one we had it was sliced ultra thin.
We were at a yakiniku place.
Yeah, and that helped. But that would be my one recommendation if folks ever visit Japan. Like, go out of your way to get it. Kaze says, what grade was it? It wasn't like the high one. It wasn't, because at the place they had scales of it. And, you know, I think we had one on the lower scale, and it was still like
noticeably good.
Oh yeah, like it wasn't even a contest. It was like, holy crap, I totally understand now. So if you ever get a chance to get authentic, like legit real Kobe beef, try it. Go out of your way to do it once at least, because it was really good.
That was my birthday dinner.
That was your birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Aw.
We were gonna go somewhere else, but it was super crowded, and then we were like, well, this place is right here.
Yeah, I want to.
And it was an experience, and I loved it.
Yeah, I want to rewatch that vlog now. I want to like go back and see what was in it. Anyway, I will like. So I'm trying to remember to do that today. 26 months from Coffee Cats. Thank you. 300 bits from Squid, who says, it's been a while since I could watch breakfast stream for more than 5 minutes. I just want to hear clown. Fair. We all just want to hear clown.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, bud. You're just kind of... You presiding over breakfast stream.
Hi, kippies.
You doing good?
You need a lap?
You want to sit? Would you like to come over here?
He's eyeing up your lap.
You over here? Here.
Oh, he perked up.
Got a good lap. Quality.
Quality lap.
Grade A. It's a good one. Come here. You want me to extend the bridge?
He's fine. He's going.
Bridge extended. There you go. Sometimes if he's on like a coffee table or something, I'll put my feet up on the coffee table and then he'll very precariously, shakily walk across my shins.
Did your meeting end?
Is your meeting over?
He had an early meeting.
Oh, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good boy. Yeah. Okay. Welcome to the party. Anyway, we get 300 bits from Satsy. He says, last night I tried something that didn't work out. I lopped off all my hair. This morning I'm trying something that has pumpkin spice in coffee grounds. Oh, this morning I'm trying something that has worked out. Pumpkin spice in coffee grounds. I'll let you know how that goes.
That reminds me of a dream I had last night.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I had a dream that I just took my hair and it broke like straw on one side and I just like broke it. And then I had hair up to my chin on one side and not the other.
Oh.
I was horrified in the dream.
I mean, you know. That's
Satsy
not like
says
a
the coffee's good.
That's not like a common hairstyle, but like you can cut.
Asymmetrical cut?
Yeah, you can do that's a thing.
Dry spaghetti hair. Yeah, that's how it felt in the dream.
Like you could, if it was short on one end and long on another, and like did this like around the back. I mean, it's not something I see commonly, but I feel like that's something I've seen.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, I'm glad your coffee worked out. I'm not a big pumpkin person. I don't know how I would feel about pumpkin flavored coffee. I could eat it. I feel like I could eat it. So, I'm probably fine. Sassy says, I have a nice hat. That's all you really need. You do something bad to your hair, be like, and now, it's time for the hat. 9 months from Mighty Blues. I can't watch for long today due to being on the road for a business trip. But yeah, 9 months. I'm now a father to a Twitch baby, and he shall be named Horse for reasons. That reminds me. I've had something on my to-do list for a long time related to horses.
You've been thinking about them.
I have actually been thinking. I have been thinking about those horses.
Which ones?
All of them.
Okay.
It's been on my phone list. When I was migrating stuff to the new phone, I was looking through like literally everything, because moving to a new phone is like the most frightening thing ever. It really is, because you're moving to a new phone and you know that you're going to format your old phone, and you are so afraid that you're going to forget something or miss something. iOS makes it really easy because it like transfers everything for you, but it doesn't like deauthorize certain things. Like if you're using like an authenticator app or whatever, you gotta do that. If you've got certain apps that have limited installations, you need to deauthorize those things. So there's this huge fear that like when you go to erase your old phone, you'll then be locked out of something. So there's been like a small level of anxiety as I transferred things over. But I think I finally got there. Spiffle says, I don't think most people format their old phones. Don't shatter my worldview again. My worldview was shattered on Tuesday when people told me that hot cocoa every morning was a normal thing. And I was like, what? What? Intelligent One says, copy the entire file system of the PC as back. Well, I have iCloud backup.
I copied mine to my computer. I plugged it in and did the iTunes backup.
Yeah. A lot of people do not format their phones. Wild. See, we've formatted phones because, I mean, sometimes we trade them in. We've got phones that we've traded in. We've got phones that we keep in the drawer as a spare in case something goes wrong. Intelligent one says, why would we? Well, I mean, I don't want my data to exist in multiple places. I just want it to be like, I mean, it's backed up, I guess, but then it's like on the device. One of the advantages of formatting the old device is that there's been times I've actually lent my phone to someone. Because there was a time where, actually it's happened more than once. I think it happened more than once with Jarrett, where Jarrett had a phone break and asked if he could borrow a phone. And I was like, yeah. And I had a phone that was formatted that I could just give him, and he was able to borrow a phone. So that's another advantage. I don't know. I guess it's just always been second nature. It's like, well, I've finished with this thing, and then I'm going to format it, so it's always ready. Or if I'm going to obviously trade it in. To hear that people like are finished with a device and just throw it in the drawer, that's like, I guess I get it. You know, it's a little mind-boggling because that's not how I've ever done things, but I guess I can understand that. I can certainly understand that more than hot chocolate every single morning. That one is still, it's
too much for you.
I'm still dealing with that new information. We got 300 bits from Gamer Girl, who says, hello, Stephen and Mal. Hope you're doing well. Quick question. Who's your favorite champion so far? My brother and I want to know. So the champions are Fish Girl. We're only looking at old champions, right? Mifa. And Daruk. We've literally only seen 2, right? So Daruk. Sorry, Mifa. Not really emotionally attached to Mifa. I mean, for what it's worth, not really emotionally attached to Daruk either. But Mifa was a little weirder because, like, you arrive at this place and everyone's like, you loved each other, and I'm like, I don't know her. I just got here. It was raining, and I need the rain to stop, so I'm here. And they're like, you love her so much. And I'm like, I don't know her. And then they're trying to, like, do these cutscenes, or they're like, you love her. And I'm like, I don't have any connection to this person. So it felt a little forced. If there had been more, like, build-up, then maybe I would have cared more. But instead, there was just, like, really over the top, like, this, you loved each other, and now, look, she's a ghost. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna go. And they're like, take this trident. Don't ever oh, and he threw it off a cliff.
We can't repair it. It's somewhere in the world. Oh.
Yeah, and I also Daruk just, even if there had been more cutscenes to, like, make Mifa a little more, I don't know, likable, like to understand her plight, to understand the actual relationship that her and Link had.
Yeah.
Even if that had existed, I would have still probably chosen Daruk, because I don't know, he's just real cool. He's just like, yeah, I'm Daruk, and like I'm like, yeah, I like that guy. Anyway, but hey, there's still 2 more. Might change, because I know one of them's Falco. So I'm already partial to Falco. I'm like, ooh, I like Falco. Falco helped me a lot in Star Fox 64. So we already have memories. Anyway, GamerGirl218 gives a sub to Kitten21987. Thank you. 7 months from Mayor Rails. It says, 7 months already. Wow. By the way, I mentioned on Friday I was having a PowerPoint party the next day, and it went really, really well. It was so nice to let my friends talk about the weird stuff they're passionate about. Highly recommended. I would like to do that maybe at some point. I don't know if I could get all of my friends on board. I know I could get Thomas on board. I could absolutely get Thomas on board.
I think Thomas has a PowerPoint ready, just
about
something he's passionate about. Yeah.
I could definitely get Thomas on board. I think I could get Paul on board.
Yeah,
especially if it was presenting some sort of data, because Paul loves data. Mm-hmm. So I could at least get Paul and Thomas on this.
I think Haley would do it about Final Fantasy or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Renee says no one wants to see a 40-minute PowerPoint about cameras. Well, we would limit everyone to like 5 to 8 minutes. And also, Jeff would be like, yes, I like this. It just wouldn't be new information for Jeff. Maybe I could teach everyone about like exposure. Teach everyone about stops.
Paul says, I'm in on PowerPoint.
Man, Stephen and Friends PowerPoint may be a real thing. I actually really like the idea. It could be fun. And everyone would be like watching the video on Stephen Plays and be waiting for like a joke or the punchline. And be like, no, it's just us presenting things. That's it. Data over lore. We'll talk about it. Because I think it'd be fun. 300 Bits from DC Racer says, did someone say John Cena? They actually said Thomas Cena. Kep raised his head.
There's a song in Thomasina.
There's like a theme song?
Thomasina. Do, 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 do. There's lyrics, I don't remember them.
You do realize you could be BSing me and I would have no idea.
No, there is a song.
You literally just said the name of the thing and then doot, 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 doot. Pick anything in the room.
Long time.
Remember that animated short about coffee mugs? Coffee mugs! Doot, 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 doot. Churro Pop-Tart! Doot, 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 doot.
I'll have to look it up later.
Nintendo
Okay,
Smash!
you've made your joke.
Just beating a dead horse. 9 months from Jeff the Magician. He says, good morning, grandparents. It's been a while since I could be here live, but I knew who exactly to spend my morning off with. Aw. Well, thank you, Jeff. I hope your morning's going well. And enjoy your day off. Sephiroth, I wish my coffee had a theme song. Now it can. Everyone at home, lift your coffee mugs and say, coffee mug! Do, 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 do. There you go. You know what? Have beans. It's a good segue. It's a good little stopgap before we move to the next part.
Can't be. Oh, it's
Sassy says I would, but I'm using a flask. Hey, syllables don't matter in theme songs. Flask! Do, 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 do. 30 bits from Adrian who says, see, my big childhood Disney movie was Fantasia. I will always love the classical pieces in the original Fantasia and the art sets in them. So I've never seen Fantasia.
I had it, but Carly and I, when we were little, we thought our VHS was cursed.
Sorry, this is going in a direction I didn't expect.
Because we could never find, like, we'd watch it and be like, well, where's the part with the mushroom dance? And, like, you know, we'd rewind it all the way and we'd watch it, and then we'd skip one of them that we didn't like, we thought was scary or something. And then, like, we must have been, like, rewinding and fast-forwarding too much and skipping ones. So we thought, like, we were like, where in the timeline of the VHS is some of them?
You're saying you had a, what's the term? The term when you're convinced something is real and then it's not real.
The mushroom one wasn't the original. It was the circle of little mushrooms, and they danced to
Mandela
a Nutcracker
effect.
song.
A lot of people got it. Paul beat you by like a fraction of a second. Yeah, Mandela effect. That's it. Yeah, like Sinbad's genie movie, which
The Fruit of the Loom logo. Does it have a cornucopia?
I don't know. You know how often I spend looking at underwear logos? I do have better things to do with my day, so not very often. Yeah, Mandela effect. Named after Nelson Mandela. But the Chick-fil-A name having an extra letter in it, the Berenstain versus the Berenstain Bears, and then I don't know if it's most famously or if it's just because of the internet, but the idea of this Sinbad Genie movie, which actually I don't know who it was. I'm going to say maybe College Humor, like made a actual video on at some point. Like they got Sinbad and did a thing, and it's very funny. But you know, if you're not aware of that urban legend of that Mandela effect, then it won't make any sense. So it won't be funny. Or if you don't know who Sinbad is, like if you don't, you won't be able to enjoy it. Tafty says the System of a Down Zelda song. Well, that was just a guy that sounded like Serge Tankian.
You got the itchy ear cappies.
Come to save the Princess Zelda. It's a good song. Anyway, yeah, I still haven't seen Fantasia. I'm sorry. I hope you get to see your mushroom parts at some point.
They were just all little, like, animations set to classical music. And we would, like, rewind and fast forward trying to find the ones we liked, but, like, sometimes it felt like we couldn't find a specific one.
So you and Carly had a collective dream about a segment that never actually occurred.
No, there is a mushroom one. And it wouldn't.
You just
it wasn't
said there
always,
wasn't.
No, I did.
You're saying sometimes it didn't show up.
Yes.
That's
but
not.
We just didn't know the order of how it was on the VHS.
So you just couldn't find it.
Yes. Like I said, we thought it was like cursed when we were little because we couldn't always find the one we wanted to watch. And it wasn't always the mushroom one we were trying to find. Sometimes it was the ballerina one. Or
I like that as the premise to a horror short,
we were treating it like a DVD, Satsy says.
I like that idea.
But it was a VHS.
As the premise of a horror short where there's a kid watching, like, a movie or something, and, like, in the middle of the movie, like, something really creepy happens and disturbs the child. And they go and they get the parent, and then they go back and they rewind it, and it's not there when the parent's watching it, and then it starts to be like the kid that cried wolf, where the parent is like, stop wasting my time with this.
It might be a movie or something.
It probably is. Everything already exists. But like it's like, you know, stop wasting my time with this. And then, you know, the kid goes back and watches it, and like now it's longer. Like the part in between is like longer, and then it, like, I don't know, corresponds to it turns into, like, you know, it's like a monster, and like the hand like comes out and like grabs the child and pulls.
You don't have to keep workshopping this.
Okay. Anyway, that's a you know, it's an idea. Oh, and it ends.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it ends with the parent coming back into the room, and like the open VHS container is like on the floor in front of the television, and the television's just static, or something. I don't know. Anyway. I'm just throwing it out. Got ideas. Paul says, let's be honest. VHS is cursed even if nothing's disappearing. True. It's true. Poltergeist, but with a VHS case on the floor. Yeah. It's fine. There are new bits from Joe says, Disney Talk is great. I'm going through a Disney Classics with some friends because one of us hasn't seen any of them. And that would be fun. To an extent. There's probably some Disney movies I wouldn't personally enjoy, but most of them are pretty good. That I remember. I haven't seen them all.
I know.
But I've seen.
See, I feel like I haven't seen newer ones.
I think I've seen. Well, I haven't seen new ones. they stop after like 1997 or something.
There's some that
Or
are
before
really popular on the internet that I haven't seen. And I've always wanted to watch them. I just really haven't had time to sit down.
Disney movies I've seen. Fox and the Hound. These also, some of these may not be Disney. I don't know. Fox and the Hound.
Steven's naming Don Bluth films.
Yeah.
That's
Fox and the
not,
Hound.
but
Fox and the Hound. 101 Dalmatians.
those are both Disney.
Jungle Book.
Disney.
I know there are more.
Did you see Little Mermaid? Lion King?
Oh, I've seen Lion King. I saw Lion King in theaters when it came out. And that's the only time I've seen it. I did not own that on VHS. So, oh yeah, Aladdin, Lady and the Tramp. I had both
You
of
have
the.
only named Disney so far.
Aladdin and Lady and the Tramp I had on VHS. Yeah, I've only seen Lion King once when I was 5. When did it come out? I don't know. I was young. Pinocchio. I don't know if I've seen Pinocchio. I know about it. It's a boy. God knows. I got it. Trying to think what other things. 1994. I've never seen Pocahontas. I've never seen Lilo and Stitch. Also, they made like more Lion Kings. I ain't seen those. I have not seen Mulan. Oh, I had Beauty and the Beast on
VHS.
On VHS. I had that. So I've seen that at least a few times. I've never seen Robin Hood. I saw Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 on a plane. Although we have them. We have them on Blu-ray. I just never got around to watching them until I was on a plane and I was like, I need to watch these. But I've seen them. Toy Story, I remember Toy Story is actually good. Toy Story was really good.
You liked a lot of the Pixar movies we've seen.
Yeah. Toy Story 2 was not good. It wasn't bad, but it like paled in comparison to 1 and 3. 1 and 3 were actually quite good. Have not seen A Bug's Life. Haven't seen Aristocats. Haven't seen any of the ones that got Goofy and Fat Goofy. Haven't seen those. Are those Disney? Those count as Disney, right? Because Disney is mouse and mouse is dog and dog is mouse. Yeah, okay. Never seen Dumbo.
Bambi?
I don't think I've seen... I might have seen Bambi. I don't know. Listen, Chaz, I know what I said. Haven't seen Snow White. Never seen Goofy movie.
Roland will be very upset with you.
I have seen Nemo. I've actually seen Finding Nemo about 50 times. Not my choice.
Isn't All Dogs Go to Heaven,
I
Don
saw
Bluth?
Brother Bear! I don't remember Brother Bear at all. I presume it has something to do with bears. But I saw Brother Bear in theaters because we went to the movies and I was like, let's watch anything that's not Brother Bear. And everyone else was like, we love Brother Bear! And I was like...
Tarzan?
I was like, y'all have seen Brother Bear. And they're like, we've seen Brother Bear 3 times. Let's watch Brother Bear again. And I was like, I don't want to see Brother Bear. And all of you have seen Brother Bear. Let's pick, like, any other movie. And they're like, nope. And we watched Brother Bear. And I don't remember it being bad, but it's, you know, not my first choice.
Did you see Tarzan?
No, I saw it where he was alive. Real life Tarzan.
George of the Jungle?
That's the one.
That's not close.
Is it not close? Okay, well, I have seen that one. I have
George
not
of the Jungle was a cartoon, and they made a live action
I
version.
have not seen Tarzan. Did not see this one.
That was my first thought, Chaz.
I have not seen Emperor's New Groove, but I know that it involves talking camel. Llama.
See, when I said that there was a few I hadn't seen that I knew the internet really liked, that's the one I haven't seen. I missed that and Treasure Planet and Atlantis.
Have not seen Hunchback.
I had Hunchback.
Yeah. Anyway, now, like, at the beginning I was like, I've seen a lot of them. And then people are like, well, that's because you think there's this many. There's actually this many.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've seen Monsters, Inc. I saw Monsters, Inc. I've seen Up. I didn't. Up was okay. A lot of people really like Up. People talk about
We
Up like
watched
it's
Tangled.
the best film.
The first year we were married.
A lot of people bring Up and they're like, but Up, you have to like Up because the first 2 minutes are so good. And I'm like, okay, but that's not the whole film. If you want to judge the first 2 minutes as its own thing, okay. But like comparing it like start to finish, I'm like, I didn't really care for it. WALL-E was great. I liked WALL-E, but now we're getting into the computer ones.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about the computer ones. I'm talking about the hand-drawn ones. That's different. Oh, we did see
Tangled.
We did see Tangled.
Did you watch Princess and the Frog with me?
I have seen most of that on television.
Okay.
There was one day where I was on the couch and it was on and I did not turn it off and I watched enough of it to like have concluded I've seen it. So anyway, I gotta move on. I'll be here forever talking about all the movies that I've never not seen.
But Don Bluth though. Swan Princess was one of my favorites. Thumbelina. I loved Titan AE.
You know what I have seen, but I could not tell you anything about it, but I know I've seen it because I did own a VHS of it.
Anastasia.
And it's not Disney.
Yeah.
Fievel Goes West.
That's not Disney?
Nah, I don't think so. Oh yeah, and Rock-a-Doodle-Doo. Rock-a-Doodle-Doo. I've seen Rock-a-Doodle-Doo a bunch. And I don't remember. I think we've talked about this on the breakfast stream before. But I don't remember anything about Rock-a-Doodle-Doo except there's a part where like he's underwater drowning. I think he was in a car crash. I don't know.
Fievel is Don Bluth.
He was in a car crash and then he's underwater and everyone's
Rock-a-Doodle's
like,
also
"No,
Bluth."
you gotta do it." And then everyone starts going Rock-a-Doodle, and then like he shoots up out of the water. I don't know.
See, Don Bluth has this thing with how he draws women's hair where they have like hair here and then they have like one in the middle of their forehead like Thumbelina has, and like it's a style he does, and Anastasia has that too, and that's how I recognize it. That's how I can tell in my memory of what's Disney and what's not.
We were so close to moving on. I'm sorry. I'm not. Apparently it took me a while to get on that tangent. Sorry, I'll move on. We might come back. We get a sub from Chef Wombat. Thank you. And welcome. 5 months from Neji10 Forever 67 says, time to exploit my Prime membership for another sub. Hey, we appreciate it. Do it. Do it. You're already paying for Amazon Prime. You might as well get something out of it. Other than getting the things mailed to your house. 26 months from BC 2014 says, wishing you a great morning. I'm playing Among Us for the first time with work colleagues later, and having watched Stephen and Friends, I now know not to let my voice go up 4 octaves when I'm lying. The best thing you can do is to try and be, be calm and collected, but the trick is to be the same. Try and be the same. So when you are playing the role of crewmate or you're playing the role of the imposter, try to make those the exact same. Consistency. That's the key. If you're consistent, then they'll never know. Be nervous always. That also works. Or, since at the very beginning, since you can only use it at the beginning, just be like, I'm sorry, I'm still getting the hang of this. I want a match like that. It's fine. 3 months from Line Rider, who says, I'll be watching these live again now that I'm done with 8 a.m. Tuesday, Thursday classes for a while, and just in time for a plus, too. Since Good Vibes are now an official thing, I'd like some for my last 2 finals I have tomorrow to finish the semester.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Good vibes to you and to anyone working, doing their finals. What is it? We're still in November, right?
Yeah.
Do people do people do school into December too? Also,
I did.
Okay, I can't remember. I'm so far removed now from school that it's hard for me to remember when school is. I'm not sure. Like, does school occur in the month of December? Apparently it does. I don't remember that. Anyway, good vibes. 300 bits from Shy, who says, here to take my mind off the fact I've been essentially bedridden since yesterday with my favorite internet grandparents, though I could do with less horror workshops. Well, I haven't done one in a while.
Until today.
Until today. Yeah, really. This might have been my first one. This might have been the first one I've done. So, probably, it'll probably be a while before I do another one. Probably. Arian says, did you see that Jared's surgery went well? Our rainbow bacon worked. Yes.
I saw the tweet.
All hail the rainbow bacon.
Yeah.
Glad that Jared's out of surgery and recovering well. Probably just needs to rest.
Yeah.
Once you've done a surgery, you know what's great? Sitting, just doing nothing. That's probably what he's doing. We got 350 bits from Marty Griff 1980. It gets weird and scary when you find out the fable, The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, are real. It says really. So I'm assuming it was real. Or maybe there was just more after really. I'm not sure. I think it got cut off. Anyway. You can say something in chat if you want to finish it. Really about. Oh, really about. That was the missing word. Really about. I don't know what they're really about. Are they frightening? You find out the fable what are really about.
I mean, a lot of old fairy tales were parables and trying to help kids learn morals about not going into the woods and being careful about things.
Don't go into the woods, do you understand me? I haven't heard that song in a long time. I like the scary, dark stuff. I wouldn't mind. Wouldn't it be neat if Disney like re-released a version where it was like really creepy? They won't. But man, that'd be cool. Don't stray from the path or a wolf will eat your grandma. That's just common sense, though. You got, and even on the path, really, carry a torch. 500 bits from Anatospell.com. If you haven't seen WAP yet, I recommend you watch the Jack Black version. I have. It was very important. I think it was very important to Lindsay that I watch it, and that she could watch my face while I watched it. I don't think I reacted to the extent that she was expecting. And I was like, yeah, I've been on the internet a long time. Been on the internet a long time. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about it because we got the family-friendly tag. So we have to move on past that. We got 100 bits again from Sad Boy Ghost. Thank you. 2 months from Chris Crunch Redfield. Showing the love for my internet grandparents. Love y'all and stay safe. Well, thank you, Chris. You as well. Stay well. Hey, listen, Chaz, I got through alerts. I did it. I got there. And now we can talk about things like Brave Little Toaster.
A math teacher said Brave Little Toaster scared me growing up. Me too. I couldn't watch it.
Because it's the vacuum cleaner, right?
I still have a fear of the vacuum cleaner.
It's the vacuum cleaner.
Of like vacuuming up the cord. Yeah.
See, like on the one hand, I like that sort of stuff now. I really like the idea of, I don't know if it's twisted or anything, but I like the idea of like scaring children. But on the other hand, I also don't know anything about child psychology. So now I'm also like, is that cause long-term? Like the idea of making like a children's cartoon that's got like little things like that. Like as an adult, you're like, look what we did. We made the child go But then in the long term, it's like, does that cause long-term developmental? Is this a problem? I don't know. I'm not sure. Sachi says, yes.
I mean, I'm still scared of vacuuming cords.
Yeah. There's
probably why I hate vacuuming, and I'm like, that's your job.
So, Rodriguez says, so what I'm hearing is that Don Bluth specialized in traumatizing children. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what Noah says, if you have to ask, will this traumatize a child? The answer is probably always yes. I'm trying to think of things that were traumatizing to me as a child.
The Crypt Keeper?
Yeah. I mean, the Crypt Keeper is kind of my go-to. I turned out okay. Would I have been different had I not been exposed to the Crypt Keeper? It's possible. It's possible. But it's largely alright. Largely okay. Mostly.
I watched Sixth Sense at a middle school sleepover.
We just talked about that on
I
this
know.
family.
I know, but I remember, like, it was a girl who had invited me to a sleepover, and I had never been to her house before. We hadn't really hung out a lot. And I remember we watched that movie, and then I had a hard time sleeping. Because I don't like horror movies.
I don't know. Because I grew up watching horror movies.
Yeah.
The Crypt Keeper was a special exception. Special exception. Mm-hmm. Because that got started on me when I was super young. I think I've told the story about my parents being like, "Hey, come in here."
TMA says, what about Tim Burton movies? I had Nightmare Before Christmas. And there were parts of it I liked and parts of it I didn't like.
I don't know that I've ever seen that. I don't think I have, actually. I don't have any recollection of seeing it. So I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, my parents have always really liked horror films. Both of them. And not when I say horror films, I always have to like clarify that they're really more into like thrillers. They're not really into like slasher films. Mm-hmm. They're more into like thriller films, but definitely horror elements. Like they're huge fans of both of them. Huge fans of like Stephen King. So I grew up watching a lot of that stuff, and I don't know. I guess it altered my brain chemistry in such a way that I like it more now. Mm-hmm. So there's that element of it, and then there's also the element of just like the filmmaking element. And I love watching horror films just to see how they approach scaring the audience, because that it works. It is frightening, and it's so cool to like analyze like what did they do, like what was the setup, everything that came before the scare. How did they put it in order? How long did they linger? What shots did they use?
You're a film major.
Yeah, and that sort of stuff I love. I think that's super fun. So.
Is this camera talk?
It is, but I've got one foot into the movie horror pool, so it's like, well, we're still talking about this other thing. So it's how I can get away with it. Did you see Beetlejuice? Yes, the original, the old one. Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Have you seen it?
There's a cartoon.
Well, yeah.
I don't remember the live action movie.
It's as I recall, it's from the era where PG was real loose. Because I'm pretty sure Beetlejuice is rated PG, and it should not be rated PG. It probably needs to be re-rated. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. So, we're Airplane.
Yeah, Airplane.
Like, no, Airplane should not be rated PG. We've got new standards for this. Just all the parents that are like, should my child watch Beetlejuice? Watch it first. Make your decision after that. We got 13 months from Dane, who says 13. Thank you, Dane. 30 bits from Jared Dillon, who says, I want to talk about traumatizing media. Does anyone remember that awful Quiznos commercial with the singing roadkill? Scared the crap out of me.
Maybe.
What? Also, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I would assume that a restaurant would probably not want roadkill to be associated. That seems like it's an odd choice. I do kind of vaguely remember Quiznos marketing trying to be a little like edgy, a little like out there. But I don't remember that specifically. Weird. I'm gonna try and look that up after. Someone tweet that at me. I want to watch it after breakfast. Just tweet me really like bizarre commercials at any time, really. I'm always willing to take 30 seconds out of my day to be like, oh, what is this weird thing?
International House of Pancakes.
It's one of my favorite commercials of all time. It's the 1960s IHOP commercial.
Yeah, I sang out already.
You didn't do the voice good enough, no.
International House of Pancakes. International House of Pancakes. Just for the fun of it.
Now that you've done the entire thing.
Please watch that commercial. Because you think that I'm exaggerating part of it, and I promise you, I'm just not doing a good enough job. It's so good. It's so, like, someone in a boardroom somewhere watched that and said, yeah, run that. That's the one. That's what's going to bring people in here. Unbetrayed just says, you've convinced me I'm watching it. I hope I have. It's 30 seconds. It's worth your time. It's worth your time. Anyway, 300 bits from Roma, who says, damaging. Yes. I was in freshman year in high school, and my drama teacher let us pick a movie to watch. My classmates picked the first Insidious movie, and after the movie, I couldn't sleep without my desk lamp on for at least 3 years. Oof. Oof. That one's pretty bad. I guess... So, like, I don't know if I'm normal or different. Well, I know the answer to that. Whenever it comes to horror stuff, because, like, by freshman year, so by the time I'm, 14 years old, I don't think there's anything scaring me at that point. I don't think so. I think by 14 I was pretty much desensitized to all of that stuff. But I don't know if that's standard or not. What?
This commercial is horrifying. Oh God, what is this horror show of a
Yeah.
commercial?
I told you. It's a great commercial. I hope it sticks in your head for years like it has for me. Kane says, I think it really depends on what you're exposed to. Yeah, and like I had a lot of horror stuff in my childhood, so that might be why I am just like, oh, this is fine. It might be great is a word, not the word I would. Remember when I told Dan? Remember when I told Dan how great The Mist was?
I think he's still mad at you.
He's still mad at me after all these years. I was like, I loved The Mist. I was like, it's a great movie, has a great ending. And he watched it and he was like, Steven, what was that? He was like, you said it had a good ending. I was like, it does have a good ending. He goes, it does not have a good ending. I was like, Dan, I said it had a good ending, not a happy ending. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I've been depressed for 2 days. And I'm like, sorry. Good is not the same as happy. Anyway, it's a great movie, great ending. Don't spoil it. I remember in freshman year, I'm trying to think of a movie I watched in freshman year. Was Saw out by then? I feel like I watched Saw.
That was out. I was in high school when Saw came out.
I might have watched that in middle school. I don't remember. I remember watching Saw with a group of people. I watched Saw with a group of people, and I just cut up the whole time. Like everyone was very like scared of what was going on, and I was just pointing out stuff. I was like, this is funny. I don't know if it was appreciated or if it made the movie more bearable to watch. I'm not sure. And I watched a lot of horror movies with some other people too. So
I didn't see the first Saw. I saw the second one and didn't like it.
The first one's got The first one's got Danny Glover in it.
Stephanie and I watched The Ring one summer, and we watched it downstairs at my mom's house in the basement, and like the phone legitimately rang in the middle of it, and we were both very scared.
So a little unnerving.
Yeah.
I do recall when I was young, I mean like elementary school, watching something with my parents, some horror movie or something, and then being like very disturbed. I don't remember what it was now, because I don't remember the movie. I just remember being disturbed and having a problem like going to the bathroom in the middle of the night, like waking up to pee and then being like, oh god. Like, I don't know, I'm like 6 or 7 and being like, oh god, I gotta get out of the bed, and that's where the monsters are, and they're going to kill me, and but I have to pee.
See, my uncle watched X-Files, and I remember being in 2nd grade and like seeing some of it on TV.
Yeah.
And it scared me.
You know what? A movie that I presume is a comedy. I might be outing myself as an awful person. I don't think so. I presume it's a comedy, and that I watched and laughed the whole time. Was what's the name of the? It's a series. It's a series of films where they're like, the one person will have a premonition about how
Final Destination.
Final Destination. Funniest stinking movies.
My dad liked that movie.
They are so funny. They're really. I hope I'm not the only person that thinks they're funny, but they're very funny. Highly recommended. Okay, cool. There's just some of the lines in them are just absurd. Like completely absurd. I remember there's a part where the person has a premonition, and it's like, the hangers, watch out for the clothes hangers, the clothes hangers, the clothes hangers, and like that, I'm like busting out laughing. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And there's another one where it's like, birds, watch out for the birds, there's gonna be birds, and then like, there's a part, I'm gonna spoil like this tiny little itty bitty part of the movie. There's a part where they find there's someone like standing next to these birds, like feeding the bird, like pigeons or something in a like on a street corner. And the person gets there and is like, oh, looking at the birds, and it's like, oh, the birds, he's alive. The birds haven't killed him. And the person's like, oh, hey, Samantha, how are you? And then you hear a snap, and like there was a crane holding like a giant piece of glass that they were putting on a building, and it snaps and just crushes the... It's like... It's the level of absurdity is so out, it's so far gone that it literally becomes a comedy. And it's very... Yes, it's like the bees. Not the bees. Not the bee. Anyway, if you're looking for, if you're the type of person that, you know, you want something to laugh at, that it's like a horror, but it gives you a little jolly. I'd say Final Destination films. Actually, it's a good group movie to laugh at. That's my take on that. Anyway, 300 bits from Aldo, which says, breakfast stream is just Steven going back and forth between, I need to stop talking about X and another thing about X. You're not wrong. It's always been that way. We're just all becoming a little more self-aware of what the show truly is. Are they on Netflix? I don't know. There's a website called, I think it's called Just Watch.
I think that's what it is.
Maybe justwatch.com. Just do a Google search for Just Watch. You can type in the name of any show or movie, and it'll tell you what streaming service it's on. Love that site, because then you can just quickly find out if you're going to be able to watch it as a part of a subscription, or if you're going to have to buy it. If you have to buy it, how much it is, which service it's on, whether it's on, you know, Apple or Amazon or Crackle. I can't believe Crackle is still a thing. 500 bits right now, Spellcom. Steven, you'd really appreciate Netflix's Haunting of Hill House. His 4 25-minute long takes in one episode. Wow. That's a lot. Like, one 25-minute long take would be a lot, but having 4 of them in one, that's a lot. I like watching shorts because I can handle them a little bit better because it doesn't take so much time. We ended up never watching a scary movie at Halloween. So now I'm trying to make sure that we watch a Christmas movie by the time Christmas gets here.
Are we gonna watch a Hallmark movie?
Well, I was gonna watch Die Hard. Because for 4 years we've talked about watching it since you've never seen it. We've never actually done it. So I'm trying to I'm finally gonna watch this. Hopefully. It's a little different take on Christmas, but it's I think it still counts. Thomas says, I'm sad Wild Wild West isn't streaming anywhere. Thomas says, watch it on the projector. Well, Die Hard. We're trying to not watch R-rated films on our garage door. Trying. In Die Hard especially is pretty has some words in it. But it's a Christmas movie. I've been asking everyone, like when we play Jackbox and stuff on the garage door, I'm like, no, remember, we're outside and all of the neighbors can see what you draw and what you write. It has not stopped people. And I'm like, okay, all right, I see once again you have chosen to draw things that are now large and illuminated on the side of my house at night. So let's try and tone that down. Everyone finds it very funny. I'm like, well, when the police show up and they're like, are you drawing ding-dongs on your garage door? I'll be like, well, I'm not, but some other folks maybe. 300 bits from Jithy Picard says, Mal, did you pick up the giant Mr. Saturn plush last night? Was that last night?
Mm-hmm.
Was that... I mean, I guess not then. They're still available. I thought they were only doing in-store pickup on that. I thought they were only going to do where you had to go to
They were having an event at Loft and the Tobichi stores, and like there's certain days and like you had to get a ticket for like a time.
Okay. Yeah, I just... Honestly, whenever they first announced it, it was really cool, but I read the thing and it was like, available at Loft, and I was like, well, I'm not in Japan. So I had kind of been like, well, never mind. That's not happening. We have 300 bits from Line Rider, who says, the latest Animal Crossing update lets you sit down on the ground like your fellow villagers do. Oh, and also there are 7 other new emotes, 4 new hairstyles, expanded house storage, support for the Thanksgiving and Christmas events, and support for villager transfers between consoles. But this isn't sitting down on the ground the best part.
Yeah. I think the new hair is cool also. I kind of wish there was still a color between like blonde and brown hair. Because like there's like a reddish color in between, but like my hair is more in between the both of them.
Yeah, I watched the little 2-minute video on it. We are going to be releasing Haley's Town video
This weekend?
This weekend. Dan sent me a message last night that said he had either finished it or was working on it, and that we'd have it by today. So it's probably done. We'll probably watch it at lunch to double check it.
Okay.
And that was recorded in August. Haley's Town is incredible. I mean, it boggles the mind how she was able to do everything she did. But that'll be this weekend, and then undoubtedly we'll show off the winter update. Like it'll happen. You know, one thing.
Well, there's like a harvest thing, and then there's also.
Well, I don't know
Day.
I don't know if we'll do the harvest thing.
Okay.
I don't think we'll do the harvest, because the harvest thing is just like, it's just Turkey Day, right?
Yeah. Is that what they're calling it? I
think
remember.
I think it was called Turkey Day.
Okay.
I don't think we'll show anything for that because we did a Halloween episode, and Lindsay's Island had pumpkins and stuff, and I'm like, I think that counts. So we'll definitely be showing off something in the winter months, like with the snow and stuff.
Okay.
We might show Toy Day specifically. That might be fun. Whoever's showing off their island, we'll just time warp to that day and just so that can happen. That's on December 25th, right? You know what we should do?
It's on the 24th. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was the 25th.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the 24th.
Oh, okay. You know what we should do is we should maybe do that and release that either the weekend of Christmas or Christmas Day or something. I don't know. 24th. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we'll have to see who is ready to show off the town. We haven't been back to my town, but I also haven't. I did a lot of work since the very first episode.
Well, I started to redo mine. I just haven't had time to finish it.
Yeah, Emmy started redoing hers too.
Yeah.
So the people that put the most time into it are definitely Haley and Lindsay, and I mean it shows they've done really incredible work on their islands. But as far as like everyone else, there's an interest in it. We just haven't had a chance to actually like do it. Oh, the other thing I figured out is that when we did the first 20 stream the other day, we recorded so many things that like I think we recorded the rest of the first 20s for this year. I didn't really think about it. I was just like, let's do as much as we can. But the only Friday that we didn't do for the rest of 2020 is Christmas Day. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm even going to release the first 20 on Christmas Day. I might do something completely different that day. So, we're done with it. So.
Yuppies.
Alder says, weren't you going to do a Meals Island? I mean, it's always on the table, like if he wanted to show it off, but he's never brought it up. I don't believe, not to call him out, I don't think Emil's played Animal Crossing in a long, long time. I think he played it when it first came out for like the first 2 months or something, and I don't think he's played it a lot since then. So.
Come on.
As
Helper chair. Okay.
I'm sure that he wouldn't mind like showing up in another Animal Crossing video because he's been in a few, but I don't know that he would show off his island because I don't think he's really done much to it. Better off either going back to
Yours or Lindsay's redoing hers?
Is she redoing hers again?
I think she said something about it.
Oh my god. Okay.
And I know Haley's still working on hers.
Okay. And I don't think Tom ever finished his too. Tom had big plans. I think Tom's plans might have been too big for his britches because he had to like completely redo. And Tom's busy.
Yeah.
He's got a bunch of stuff going on, so trying to work on all that was probably a little too much.
Kitty cat.
It's fair. The real question is how long they're going to continue to update the game. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure. On a different note, are you looking forward to the Animaniacs reboot? Tomorrow. I mean, I didn't know when it was coming out, but I did watch the trailer for it, and I thought it looked good. It's Hulu, right? That's where it's coming out?
I think so.
We don't have a Hulu subscription. But you can, like, watch stuff on Hulu, you just have to watch ads, right? Is that how it works?
That's how it used to be. I don't
know if it's still the way.
I haven't tried that in a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if you can still do that. If you can, then, you know, we'll probably catch it at some point. But would I buy Hulu just to watch Animaniacs? If I felt like I could watch, you have to pay for ads. Sorry, that's an odd sentence to read. You still have to pay, it's just cheaper than the no ads.
They have two different ones, one with ads, one without.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Are you saying that you have to pay for Hulu And you still have ads?
I think so.
What? Spiffla says that's how cable works. I mean, you're not wrong. But that is also not how video streaming services have ever worked. So that's confusing. Man. Okay. Interesting. I mean, they're still around. Like, Hulu is still around, so I guess it's not impacting them too much. And yeah, like, I understand that that's how cable works. We haven't had cable in a long time.
Yeah.
Long time. Hulu no ads is $12 a month. Okay. Yeah, if I felt like I could get through the entire season, I might do like a trial of Hulu and just watch it all and then cancel it. The truth is, and this is why we don't have a ton of streaming service stuff, is like we don't have time to watch everything.
Yeah.
You know, we have Netflix, and my parents, we have a Netflix family, or is it just the normal one? I think it's just the normal one. Because you get two user accounts, I think, with Netflix. Like, my parents use our Netflix account, and they use it way more than we do.
I can't remember the last time we watched something on it.
Yeah. Every once in a while
we'll
watch
Explained.
We watch Explained, and every once in a while we'll watch Stand Up.
Yeah.
Occasionally we'll watch a Stand Up or something on there. And that's it. Otherwise my parents watch it. But otherwise, like, we would, you know, just watch some things on YouTube. So.
Oh, we watched BoJack. Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah, BoJack's on Netflix. That's right. Okay, yeah, we watched BoJack on there. Yeah, if there was if there was a lot of stuff on a particular platform I wanted to see. Oh, we also have Apple TV Plus. We haven't turned it on at all. We should probably do that. If you buy a Mac, you get a year of Apple TV Plus for free. So we have that because I bought the iMac, and we have not used it. So we should probably like watch it. Is there anything like the stuff on there is apparently really good, but it's like bona fide like capital S shows. I want to watch like tiny short stuff. Because shows, these days, a show is like 40 to 60 minutes long.
Yeah.
That's a long time. I want to watch something like 25 minutes long. Although we did watch, we have started watching a little bit of Supermarket Sweep. The new one with Leslie Jones. Someone's been putting it on YouTube. So I don't know how long it's going to be up there. But we watched the first few of them.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good.
I like her.
Leslie Jones is the perfect host.
Yeah.
The amount of energy that she has is like overwhelming.
She reminds me of a coworker I used to have that I was close with.
Yeah.
Like personality and energy and
yeah. Almost like aggressive amount
yeah.
of energy. But actually really well suited for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. At some point we'll we're still watching that anime.
Yes.
It's just, you know, slow going. We're watching like one episode a week, I think. So it's taking a while to get through. Yeah. I keep forgetting about it. Because we're still watching Fruits Basket. But we're serious.
Chaz is gonna yell at you.
Chaz is gonna.
Chaz just messaged me.
We're still watching it. Usually about like one a week, and it's just because I sit down and like YouTube is easier, and I'll just click YouTube and be like, well, what's here? I want to see what's here. Anyway, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I'm trying to think of like what happened recently.
I know.
Coffee.
Oh wait, I remember. We learned about the German kid's mom.
Yeah.
It's up here. It's up
That
here.
is the last
It's
one we
up
watched.
here.
Mhm.
I told you. It's up here. You just gotta give it a second. It loads. We have 300 bits from Adrian. It says, on the topic of ABC and game shows, they're bringing back The Chase, a British game show, and it's basically regular contestants, team of 3, against Ken Jennings, Brad Ruther, or James Holzhauer, the best ever Jeopardy players. I'm super excited. That sounds interesting. I've never heard of The Chase.
Me neither.
So that's... I mean, I could have just not heard of it because I'm not familiar with things. Or it could have just been really British, which is another reason I may not have heard of it. There was, there's some... if I ever subscribed to a service, you know what I'd probably subscribe to? Is like the Game Show Network. I could watch game shows all day. And I don't know why, really. It appeals to some part of my brain. It's very hard to explain. I really like game shows. They had a short stint on the Game Show Network a few years back, but they canceled it. Okay. There's some game shows I don't like. But there's some I do. That was a really thought-provoking sentence. I'm trying to give a good example of one that I'm like really not into. Ones that are like, I don't know. I was gonna say ones that involve a lot of physical challenges that I don't care too much about. But we watched all of the Floor is Lava.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, that's a lie. We watched it, and the whole time we were like, we're not gonna watch all of this, and then we watched the whole thing. So maybe I just like all of them. I really like Family Feud, although I think maybe part of the reason is just I really love the deadpan responses from Steve Harvey. If there was a show in which Steve Harvey just like watched any piece of content and then just looked into the camera and went, like, I would just watch that. That would just be what I consume.
Someone mentioned Match Game. I love Match Game. I'd watch that in high school. Like, we'd have sleepovers at Steph's house, and we would just watch old Match Game episodes.
I like to watch game shows and yell at the TV. But I mean, for what it's worth, I hope everyone does that. Like, if you're not yelling at the TV, I think you're doing it wrong. I think that's part of the experience.
Are we gonna watch Jeopardy tonight?
Maybe.
In honor of Trebek.
I mean, we could. When we played it before, everyone was like really down.
Yeah, we were all really into watching it.
It's a great show. That's why. I do like Japanese game shows.
Have you heard a lot of car horns this morning?
Yeah, there's been a lot of car. I don't know what that's about. It sounds like the same one.
Yeah.
Someone just can't get into their car. 30 bits from Sassy says, by the way, wearing a hat with but without hair feels really weird. I cannot relate.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. There was one time I had my hair cut super, super, super short. Shorter than it's ever been. It's on the vlog somewhere. Like really, really short. But I've never not had hair, so I'm not sure what that feels like exactly. Chaz. Imagine if every car in the world had the mummy sound as the horn.
What do you drive? Let's hook it up.
That's an easy bumper to make. I can do that with a stock footage site. Y'all are just making me laugh today. I've had this is a very peaceful morning. We actually got through alerts pretty quick. I've been very relaxed just talking about everything. It's been nice. It sounds like a Minecraft village. Oh my god, that sound does sound like the Minecraft people. I've never really thought about that. Aww. It's my impression of a Minecraft villager. Or McConnell. 300 bits from White 15 Wolf. I can relate to yelling at the TV, except for me, I like to watch a couple of clowns play Breath of the Wild every Friday night, and I yell at the TV the whole time. Yeah, that's part of the experience. Although the joy of that is you get to yell with your fellow chat. And that's exciting. It's because then you have other people to bounce off of. And we just go, don't look at the chat. Don't look. Yeah, as Joel says, collective frustration. But it's like it's energy. It's energy. And that's tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. It feels like every Friday just gets here so quickly.
It does.
Doesn't it, buddy? Does it get here so fast? Put her there, pal. Good boy.
Hi.
Yeah, good boy.
No, we snuggle now. No.
Lap. 1,000 voices yelling at the screen to not forget Cryonis. Things are really moving along too. Things are really yeah. I'm just kind of basing it off of like the shrines that we have, but like I feel that we're probably like halfway at this point. I don't know if we're a little before or a little after halfway, but I think around halfway. I think we're around halfway. I guess time will tell. Well, although lately we've been doing a pretty good job of remembering Cryonis.
Yeah.
For the most part. Hey, King Calamari. 17 months says, hope you're both doing well. We are, thank you, King. Going pretty well. Going pretty good. We, what was that?
Nothing.
Oh.
I brushed my hair. Why is it knotted?
I don't have that problem.
I know, you
I mean,
will.
I will, I
You
guess,
will.
if I don't stop. I don't stop this madness. What was it talking about?
I don't know.
Breath of the Wild length?
Yes.
Hey, we're like halfway. Oh yeah, there's DLC. So the DLC to me, up to this point, has just been, occasionally there's a book in the end. And the book's like, there could be something over here. And that's like the whole thing. It's the whole thing. Is there more to it than that? No, it's possible. Maybe. Bumpkin says, in all seriousness, when are you planning to cut your hair, Steven? My current plan is to allow it to grow for the duration of Breath of the Wild. I think that'd be kind of fun. And also continuity. Not that really matters, but I think that's kind of fun. So, you know, I'd say that you probably got at least a few more months of it growing. And we'll see what happens. We're halfway through anime here.
I put it into a top knot last night, and it was like slicked back to the top knot, and then it was like puff, and it was like the size of a softball, but
you don't have a hair tie now, do you?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. I probably can't do it, can I?
No. You get the front stuff, yeah. It's a bit more far forward than I had it, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't have to twist.
Oh, how do I get it to stay?
You need a hair tie.
It'll probably just stay if I just do this. There you go. Is that on camera? Yeah, okay, we'll slouch down a little bit. Yeah, that's certainly like a thing that's happening right now. It's fine. It's fine. Brandon says, I'm sorry you're seeing this, Deb.
She is here this morning.
Jess says, time to wrap up so this goes away from my screen. Okay. Most important thing, of course, is tomorrow, Breath of the Wild, 8 p.m. Eastern. Haley's Animal Crossing video this Saturday. It's well worth watching. I mean, she really put in extreme effort. And then
Vlogs?
yeah, I released 2 vlogs yesterday. I highly recommend, if you're not someone that watches the vlogs regularly, I would at least watch the November 9th vlog titled Poke, where Mallory's grandmother gets the iPad. It's very wholesome. It's a good one.
I need to call her and check on her.
Yeah, I checked that one out. Otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna be trying to get more out today. That's the only thing I'm really working on for the next little bit is vlogs. So they'll be coming out. They'll be coming out. The next vlog to come. Well, the next thing is a breakfast stream. I can just hit release probably after this. The next thing is the Apple event. So that, if I can get that out by the end of the day, I'll be doing good. Those are a little hard to cut together, but yeah. And that's about it. I think that's it.
How long was I on the phone with my grandma for?
Oh yeah, people don't know how much I cut out of that. Does this count as vocals? Yeah, I'm just gonna uncheck this. Nothing personal, Opera. Yeah, the actual segment of did I go from vocals to vocals? Uncheck that one. We're not gonna be 3 for 3, right? The vocal tracks are in there. We're playing whack-a-mole. Anyway, on the November 9th vlog, I think it's like 6.
Yeah.
Probably about 6 or 7 minutes of footage of like Mal on the phone with her grandma. But I actually filmed like 50. So I cut it down a lot.
Yeah.
There was a lot. I was just trying to make sure I got everything, and it took a while to cut because there was so much footage, but I tried to cut it down to just the parts that was necessary. I got there. Anyway.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I can feel it on my head. All right, that's it for today then. Thank you all for being here. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Pikmin episode today as well. So
I was gonna say I
Getting
have to
through
help
it.
my dad with FaceTime because he wants to get it up so he can video chat Grandma, his mom.
yeah, you can do that today.
Yeah.
I do hope that we'll see you tomorrow for Breath of... I'm so glad I have this mug today so I can make this joke. We'll see you tomorrow for Breath of the Wild. It's gonna be good. Because we are almost certainly taking on the beast.
Maybe.
I don't think there's enough left.
They wanted us to go do a thing to prove our worth.
There's stuff to do, but like almost
Yeah.
certainly we'll be getting started on it. There's not enough
We'll see.
down there left to do.
We'll see.
We'll see. Have a great Thursday. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern for Breath of the Wild.